Hello, everybody! Or should I say, hey guys, because apparently that works with the algorithm for some reason. Um, we are your tour guide. Oh, wait, I didn't even say welcome to the HitmonChannel. Hey guys, we are your tour guides, and people who don't know this channel are like, wait, what? Tour guides? What the fuck? Welcome to the Hitmonchannel. We are your tour guides, Noah.
And Jacob.
And we're back with more Scooby-Doo First Frights. Diving back in, diving water. I wonder if the diver ghost is actually going to show up at some point.
I feel like if he was going to show up, they'd have showed him in the intro bit.
Yeah, probably. I don't know.
So I'm going to call it now. The chase is definitely going to be.
The
boss fight might even be the giant crab, actually.
Well, I'm guessing the boss fight is the giant crab, because that is the monster that we're... But generally, like, the boss and the chase fight are the same monster. So... Or...
That's a fair point.
Or same villain, I should say, because the last one was a giant robot, not really a monster. Yeah. Anyway. Oh gosh. Yeah. So hopefully we can finish this episode in this episode, which is, again, really weird to say, but, especially because I don't title these as episodes, I title them as parts, which I've noticed is a difference between you and me, but, like,
yeah.
It's fine.
My referring to them as episodes thing is definitely just, like, taking it from some Let's Play.
Fair enough. And then Liam does EPs. Yeah.
HitmonChannel, because if you wanted consistency, you'd go somewhere else.
Yeah, exactly. Both in episode title and in quality.
Yeah.
Because Liam's
Very
also,
wildly.
Substantially higher quality than the rest of us, as far as, like, recording quality.
And some of us, like me, can't even keep completely consistent camera angles between episodes.
Yeah.
Well, also, I just double check to confirm something. I'm pretty sure I just took the episode's titling from Trevor Conroy.
Yeah, that's fair.
Which is perhaps a little weird to say because he definitely did not invent the concept. He's just one that influenced me taking it.
Yeah, which makes sense for me because Game Grumps do parts and they're more my influence. So, I mean, you're obviously a big Game Grumps fan too. I mean, we went to see Game Grumps live together, for crying out loud. But yeah, because for me, and part of the reason I don't watch like I don't watch Chugga Conroy's solo LPs that much anymore. And that's mostly because, like, again, of my slightly decreased interest in games overall. And for him, it's definitely more about the game than it is about the commentary.
Yeah.
For me, I'm more interested in commentary, like Game Grumps and stuff. So, yeah. That's just me now. I totally get, like, people who are more interested in watching the game. But dear God, if you are more interested in watching the game, I mean, okay, this playthrough isn't a terrible example of, like, me. It isn't, like, a big example of me being terrible at a game, for the most part. But, like, if you want high quality, like Ghost Rider gameplay. Don't watch my playthrough. At least the later episodes, anyway. But if you like me talking about stupid shit, I mean, there you go. Yeah, I was gonna say if you're looking for interesting commentary, also don't watch these videos. But I mean, we're getting better. We're getting better.
We're getting better, yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks, Brian.
Wow, this is actually like a lot easier to aim than I thought it would be. It just dawned on me that we're fighting like giant humanoid fish with tridents and shields. Which is like, alright. Yeah. Okay, here's an interesting topic of discussion because CinemaSins just posted their Everything Wrong with Scooby-Doo 2 Monsters Unleashed, and one of his biggest complaints about the movie is that like in the original series, it's always been about the mystery and not the supernatural. Like, it was always, like, some sort of technical achievement for the villains. Like, nothing supernatural. But now, like, some newer Scooby-Doo stuff has ventured more into the supernatural. What's your stance on that?
Okay. The stance is that I generally prefer, like, for, like, standard Scooby-Doo thing, I generally prefer it to be like it was secretly a robot or something the whole time, like a twist. But I do, at the very least, like okay, even if I don't like some of the supernatural stuff, some that I fine with and enjoy at times just because it's ridiculous, but other stuff that I'm the biggest fan of. I at the very least enjoyed that it's there because it does like preserve the mystery of is it a supernatural being or is it just some guy in a weird.
Yeah.
Keep like Scooby-Doo like steps away famous formula enough that it's able to kind of keep that question going for, especially in the movies. It can very well.
Yeah, I guess for me, like, I'm probably in a very different like ballpark of Scooby-Doo fans. Well, actually, more people our age might be more with me on this. Because like I have more childhood nostalgia for those live action movies than I do for the cartoon. I still like the cartoon. I don't know how much of the cartoon I actually watched as a kid, but I definitely remember, like...
Which
watching...
cartoon is, like...
Well, that's the thing. I don't know. What cartoon would have been on when we were kids? Like, that's the thing.
You cut out a bit...
Yeah.
When, like, whatever...
Yeah, that's the thing. I don't know what era I would have been part of. Like, that's the thing. I don't have, like, any specific memories of any episodes
like,
of
what
the show.
decade were you watching?
I definitely, like, watched the Scooby-Doo... Well, okay. I definitely watched the Scooby-Doo movies before iCarly started. The live-action movies. Because, like... because, like, Velma in Scooby-Doo 2 was my sexual awakening, but, like, Miranda Cosgrove in iCarly was my first real, like, celebrity crush.
Okay, so you watched the movies at least prior to the...
Yeah. Like, I didn't see them in theater. At least I don't think I saw them in theaters. But I definitely remember, watching them as a kid. What the fuck am I supposed to do? What the fuck am I doing here? What am I doing wrong? Oh, a boat. Gotcha. Mini boat. I did not see. There we go. All right.
My best guess for just offhand for what cartoon you would have seen, probably What's New Scooby-Doo.
Yeah,
That was the one that was on in the 2000s.
Yeah, that would make the most sense. But again, I don't have any memories of like specific episodes of that. But I remember I mean, obviously, I had very vivid memories of the live-action Scooby-Doo movies. Well, but before I rewatched them in recent years, like I remember my two biggest memories from those as a kid were, of course, the sexy Velma scene, but also the scene where Shaggy and Scooby are drinking the different potions. Specifically, the moment where Scooby turns into Taz. That's probably mostly because like Taz was one of my dad's favorite cartoon characters. Like he had a bunch of Taz memorabilia. So like that. So like as a result, like Taz was also one of my favorite Looney Tunes characters because my dad. Oh my god! I just remember. Oh god! I want to rewatch the Looney Tunes show now. They do something fun with Taz in that. Taz is actually Bugs' pet in that show. Like, there's an episode where, like, I think they actually, now that I think about it, I'll have to rewatch that episode, but I'm pretty sure the beginning of that episode starts with a Jurassic Park parody, but with Taz instead of the T-Rex. Like, it parodies the opening of Jurassic Park, but with Taz. But then, like, eventually, like, Bugs actually adopts Taz as a pet, as, like, a pet dog. And so that, you know, that leads to some funny moments.
Anyway, the talk of the live-action movies actually reminded me of something. Do you know what's the backstory for where the name Scooby-Doo came?
I do not.
Okay, so originally, like when the Scooby-Doo cartoon was first being thought of, Scooby-Doo had a different name and was like less of a significant character. Hold on, I'm going to Google what that name was. No, I'm not looking for it. Okay, I typed in what his original name, like asking what his original name was, and Google's just giving me what the retconned it to be short for.
Oh yeah, Scoobert. Scoobert.
I keep forgetting Shaggy's first name is Norville. I know it's not like
Yeah,
I remember
so
it's not
weird.
Shaggy.
Yeah, their full names are all weird. Again, Fred's middle name. Oh fuck, what was Fred's middle? I remember talking about it in the last recording session. Oh my god, the crab was like face hugging Shaggy. That was really weird. I was like, holy shit, Shaggy, alright? Fucking John Hurt on us. Fucking it's still funny to me. Like when I watched Alien for the first time, and of course I had seen Spaceballs before I saw Alien, and so as soon as John Hurt's character shows up in Alien, I'm like, well, he's dead. I know I talked about the podcast, but it's just funny. It's like, and I talked about it in my class too, and everyone was like, "Oh yeah, that is funny." Spaceballs is so good. It's been a while since I've watched it.
I found the original thing. First off, thing that I didn't remember, Scooby was originally a sheepdog.
Oh.
was originally going to be a sheepdog, but then they made him a Great Dane, like sometime around the time when they gave him higher status. So, and 2, his original name was Too Much.
Was what?
Much.
Mutt? Just Mutt?
Too Much.
Sorry, you're cutting out.
I'll type it in the chat.
Alright. One sec. Too much?
Yeah, his original name was going to be Too Much.
Oh my gosh, that's... Wow. Interesting.
But they had that. Like, they had the separate part, other parts of the setup. But, like, there was doubt as to whether or not, like, the show would work. So, like, then, like, apparently on a plane, and a airplane flight, one of the creators was listening to a Frank Sinatra song, and as part of the scat lines, he says, Scooby-Doo, which sounded like Scooby-Doo to him, so that's where the name Scooby-Doo comes from.
Frank Sinatra? That's awesome.
Comes from mishearing Frank Sinatra, yes.
What the fuck am I doing? Man. I do love, what the fuck? Oh, what? You see this? I am a floor above that thing, but the hitbox is still registering me as me hitting it, so hearts are coming out of it, even though I'm a floor above it. That's weird. What the fuck? What? Do I need to switch to Shaggy? What the fuck am I supposed... What am I supposed to do here? Like, actually... Oh, well... That was a... Oh, Jesus, okay. Oh, we just had to kill all the enemies. I skipped some of them.
Apparently for Scooby's Great Dane design, like, the designer went to, like, a friend of theirs or something, and, who bred Great Danes, asked them, like, ask them questions about how Great Danes look for, like, so they could design Scooby.
Oh.
It's somewhere in there with the words I was trying to say.
Well, yeah, good. I mean, I do love hearing about, like, the research that actually goes into, designing, like, animated movies and shows.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, like, so much of the, I mean, especially the Pixar stuff, that shit's fascinating. Yeah. Because, like, the animators who worked on Finding Nemo spent, like, took a trip to, like, out to sea to study, like, sea creatures and whatnot. I forget how long they spent there, but, like, it was interesting. And Moana, too, like, they took, like, for Moana, they took, that's not Pixar, but Disney, they took their animators out to, like, the Polynesian islands, to research, like, the culture and stuff. Yeah, that, I love hearing about that shit.
Yeah.
It's really cool to hear about. Ah, I see. I fucked that up. Okay. Let's do that again.
Also, another thing, I remembered about making a Scooby-Doo. So the general character type, like personality character types for the characters in Scooby-Doo, originally based from the characters in an earlier show, like the creators were involved in, called The Many Loves of Dudley Gillis.
Huh.
Which included characters that generally fit, like, the Scooby-Doo, like, the trope, like, sort of tropes that the Scooby-Doo characters fill in, down to having a guy who says "like" at the beginning of every sentence.
Nice. No, this fucking... You're not gonna get this joke, but, like... It's squeeze and jump. ouch, and squeeze, and jump. Ow, Bob! 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 Sorry, just had to. It's a VeggieTales joke.
Okay, knowing you, I figured it was either VeggieTales or Invader Zim.
No. Yeah. Oh. Wait. Wait, what? Okay. I'm confused. Because there's not another... Is there another... Are there more enemies that I need to kill? What? Okay.
And then
Oh!
the reason that the talk of the Scooby-Doo movies reminded me of this was because in one of the Scooby-Doo movies, I believe it's Shaggy and Scooby sing the Frank Sinatra song inspired Scooby-Doo's name.
Ah, yeah. Oh.
Fun bit for the people who will really... A fun bit for a very small group of people. Audience that... Oh, that random ass trivia.
Willie's bank check to Seth. That has got to be the most specific clue we found in this game. Willie's bank check to Seth. Huh. Willie's paid Seth a lot of money, and you've got the bank check to prove it. Okay. I forget what the name of the fisherman is. I don't know if it's Willie.
I also forget the name of the fisherman.
But... Oh. Oh, wait, did I ever... Oh, whoops. Oh, wait! Hey, we do get at least a variation of the deep-sea diver. That's nice.
Cool.
He's a lot more stout. And has a robot hand. That's new.
Looks... Okay, from my screen, he looks kind of like a big daddy. Like, big daddy from Bioshock.
Yeah, he does look very Big Daddy. The way he toppled over, that was adorable. That was cute. Just gonna break everything for just because why not? Oh, can't break those boxes. Oh. Shaggy, you know you can come down here and help me fight this dude? Oh, there you are. Alright, you're not as useless as Fred. Which is really weird because there's that whole subplot in the second live-action movie about Shaggy and Scooby feeling like they're useless to the team.
One, I forgot about that. Two, they apparently used something kind of like that in the Scoob movie.
Oh, really?
As part of the setup of the Scoob movie is apparently that they're trying to make Mission Incorporated like an actual company, and somewhere along the lines questions regarding what a hippie and a talking dog bring to the team. I don't know who asked the question because based on the review that I watched.
Yeah.
That causes Scooby-Doo and Shaggy to get separated from the rest of the gang.
Interesting. Yeah, I definitely want to check that movie out once the price on rentals drops a little bit, or a lot, I should say. Okay.
Yeah.
My biggest the stupidest thing I think about all these movies that are going direct to VOD or like movies that were in theater for like a couple weeks and then went to VOD because of Backstreet Boys reunion tour, is that they're making the rental prices so expensive. Like it's $20 to rent Scoob and $25 to own it.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and they're doing that with all these movies that are like going direct to VOD, or a lot of that, or a lot of the major ones that were like in theaters for a little bit, and then had to go to VOD. They start off with such high rental prices, and it's insane. Like I can't imagine that they can make much. That they can get many people to spend that much money on a rental.
It actually reminds me of something.
Like, that's way more expensive than a movie ticket.
It actually reminds me. So, last semester I was taking a stats course. And as a part of that course, we had to do a big assignment where we, compared, things statistics compared to groups based on a hypothesis to see if that hypothesis is correct. Me and another guy, as our two groups, testing the hypothesis of are physical copies of games cheaper or more expensive than retail copies of games. Digital copies of games, sorry.
Yeah.
Physical, digital, which one's cheaper? And we assumed that the digital copies would be cheaper. Because they didn't have to deal with such things like physical copies and physical store distribution. No, on average, the physical copies were a lot cheaper because the digital prices, in more cases, never went down.
Yeah.
Compared to the store price.
Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, that's interesting. But yeah, so
you heard it here first, folks. Based on a random study from two guys in a college statistics course, buy your games physically if you want to buy them cheap.
Yeah. Do what I do and just buy them used.
That also worked. We were going off of new copies, so
yeah, that's usually guaranteed to get you a cheaper price.
Except sometimes at GameStop in the past, apparently.
Yeah, fuck it.
Because GameStop, I don't know if they still have it, but they had a thing for a while, where they can't control they get very limited profit off of new copies of games because most of it goes back to the publishers and publishers and whatnot.
Oh,
but used games they take get full all the money from. There's much more than money from. There's a thing for a while. Yeah, I see. There's this thing for a while where apparently at some GameStop stores, they were either advised or just some people on their own take new copies of the games, open them, close them again, hold them used, and then mark them up for a slightly higher price.
Yeah. That's funny. I forget.
Actually, they got a lot of shit for it, so I don't know if they still do.
Yeah, that's funny because I actually when I was browsing GameStop's online sale earlier today, I found something very interesting in the oh my god, are we gonna be playing the chase in the opera singer outfit? Oh my god. That's what's gonna happen. Well, it's not in the cutscene, of course, because they didn't bother to code that in. Oh, dang it. He's not in the opera singer outfit. I'm really disappointed by that, actually. That would have been hilarious. Because I've seen images of the opera singer outfit, and he's got, fucking gold chest plates. Or breastplates, yeah. He's got gold breastplates. And which is okay, really? But also hilarious. What was it? Oh yeah. I found one game on GameStop's website. I forget what game it was, but there was one game where the pre-owned where getting it pre-owned for some reason is like 5 cent or is like 3 cents more than getting it new. I don't know why. I don't remember what game it was, and I don't know why that was the case, but it was like 3 cents difference. Oh, whoa. Weird camera angle there. Oh, okay. I'm trying to hurry, but it's good. Oh. Did it? Oh, I died. I actually died. Had to start this over. Okay. Got too far back, I guess. That's interesting. But yeah, yeah, so that was interesting. So yeah. Yeah, no, I do really want to check out Scoob.
Yeah.
Because I don't know what to expect, because like I've seen very mixed reviews. Like some people seem to like it, some people seem to be like, this is not that great. But like I haven't seen like any overwhelmingly positive reviews or overwhelmingly negative. It's all just kind of neutral. Which I'm like, okay. Like I figured this would go one way or the other. But like it's like very middle of the road from what I've seen. So yeah. Oh, wait. I survived? Okay. I shouldn't have, but I'm not gonna complain. Level 4, okay. And we might be able to finish, because we're at 32. There's...
Oh, okay. I wanted to check the Rotten Tomatoes scores because I was curious, and wow, you weren't kidding. It's a 52% on Rotten Tomatoes. That is smack dab in the center.
Yeah, it's right in the middle. What's the audience score, actually?
Audience is higher, 66%.
Okay.
I'm not entirely surprised by it, to be honest.
Yeah, but
seems like, especially because like audience is a lot of friends who are stuck at home with their kids and could use like an hour and a half of the kids not being loud and annoying.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm advising it slightly, but at the very least, it seems like Scoob fits nicely into, as Jello Paco's put it, the Russian roulette of quality that is the Scooby-Doo movies.
Yeah, that is fair. I mean, hey, there's, I mean, at least Scoob has, you know, as middle of the road as that is, much higher reviews than the live action movies. As much as I enjoy those movies, they're not objectively good. They are objectively pretty terrible. I love that Scoob, that in this outfit, Scoob like sing for his alternate attack. He sings and like shoots out a glowing music note that explodes. Also, wow, these bathtubs just stacked on top of each other. Like, it's like a cross between the bed in Ghost Rider and that Family Guy scene of Cleveland in the bathtub and like his house gets destroyed and like he like there's like a slope where his bathroom used to be, and then he's like in the bathtub and he's like going now as he slides down. Speaking of Russian roulette of quality, Family Guy. Well, Actually, more people would probably argue that it's terrible nowadays and that it used to be great, not necessarily.
That's the only thing I've heard. I haven't watched either because I don't have anything where I can conveniently watch them. At least
Oh, did they take it off Netflix?
it was on Netflix.
It definitely was at one point. That's how I watched it.
Well, then I was just not aware it was on Netflix. So.
They might have taken it off, actually. It might be on... It should be... At least the newer stuff should be on Hulu. But again, the newer stuff isn't as highly reviewed. I don't know.
The thing about The Simpsons is on Disney Plus.
Literally, the only... Well, I mean... Yeah. Oh, The
Well,
Simpsons.
I guess I'm just lazy, is what we've learned here today.
Oh, yeah, I knew The Simpsons was on Disney Plus. Family Guy will never be on there, though. Jeez. I'm honestly, like... I mean, I guess it still gets ratings, but, like, I wouldn't be surprised if Disney, like, canceled Family Guy within the next few years. Which would be, like, what? Its third or fourth cancellation?
It'll be up there.
I know it's been canceled at least twice now.
All I know is that if they do cancel it and then they come back after cancellation, they better make a joke about how Disney wasn't able to kill them.
Oh, yeah, they've probably already made jokes in, the newest episodes about Disney being, like, owning them. I don't know. I see, like, it's weird, because, like, I, of course, like, you know, that was not a show that my mom would let me watch for obviously reasons.
Yeah.
And I never really had that much of an interest in watching it until, like, literally, I think it was... I forget what show it was during. It was probably... Rosencrantz and Guildenstern Are Dead, since, like, we had literally... Since, like, a bunch of us had literally nothing to do during that show.
I haven't heard you tell me about this, actually.
Yeah, but, like, one of the guys on the crew just, like, brought his laptop into the guy's dressing room, and we started watching Family Guy. And I specifically remember the first episode I watched, which I still think is pretty funny, is, the episode where Peter and Quagmire start, like, a music duo together. My favorite part of that episode is one of the songs they sing is, well, all their songs are, like really stupid. My favorite, though, is, Butter on a Pop-Tart.
Oh, yeah.
I love that song. And you know what? And it inspired me to try putting butter on a Pop-Tart. You know what? It not bad. Probably ridiculously unhealthy, but not...
Well, definitely.
Yeah, but not bad. Like, taste-wise. There's also... Yesterday, I learned the difference between a train and a boat. I wrote this song before that. Train on the water, boat on a track. Train on the water, boat on a track. Yeah, that's fucking... it's so stupid, but funny. Oh, and there's a joke at the end of the episode, like, after they've broken up, but, like, decide to get back together. Like, Peter's like, what was Simon without Garfunkel? And Quagmire's like, wildly successful. because yes, Paul Simon was very successful without Garfunkel. Oh, gosh. Well, nowadays, not as much, but fucking... So, yeah, no, my mom was a Paul Simon fan, and, I forget which boyfriend, but, like, with one of her boyfriends, she went to see Paul Simon in concert, and they got like this VIP package, where they got like they got tickets to the concert, but they also got like his newest album and like a goodie, like a reusable shopping bag and some other stuff, I think. But and apparently it was kind of a bust, because Paul Simon is a lot older and doesn't necessarily have the best voice anymore. But also the album itself, there's one of the tracks on the album is just called The Clock, and it's literally a minute and a half of clock noises. That's all it is. That's all that track is.
Oh, that reminds me. Hold on, I need to go try and research some things that I failed to research properly in the past. Hold on. Give me a minute.
Like, Paul Simon, come on, you used to be one of the greats. Even though I keep getting you mixed up with Neil Simon, the playwright, and Neil Diamond, who is another singer. But you used to be one of the greats. There we go. But yeah. Yeah. But she still has that reusable shopping bag, and we use it quite a lot. So.
Okay, I found it. Okay, the Clock song reminded me. Okay, so back in 1952, a composer named John Cage wrote a song called 4 minutes 33 seconds. That was 4 minutes and 33 seconds of no noise.
Jesus Christ.
Later, the British composer Mike Batt wrote a song called a 1 minute silence for the rock band The Planets. It was 1 minute of no noise. I can't tell if it was John Cage himself or like just whoever owned the rights to the song by John Cage at this point. Whoever that was sued Mike Batt for plagiarism over the 1 minute of silence song, and I believe it worked out in his favor. I remember hearing that apparently at some point during the proceedings, one of his responses to it was something along the lines of, I did in 1 minute what it took like the other guy 4 minutes and 33 seconds to do.
That is so fucking like, there are so many like weird lawsuits in the music industry. Like, I watched this video that this guy made, where did you hear about like Katy Perry getting sued for like the one like chord progression in Dark Horse that was like,
yeah, I remember hearing about that,
to another guy's thing, and whoever was suing her won that case, which is insane because it's actually a very common like chord progression. Apparently, it's a very common chord progression, and you can't copyright that shit, really. But he won the case anyway. And the guy made a video. This guy, I forget the YouTuber's name, so sorry. But he made a video about it, and then he made a follow-up video talking about the fact that Katy Perry's recording studio actually struck his video for copyright even though they lost the case, so they shouldn't be able to do that anymore, where he was defending their side of the case, and the funniest part is they copyright claimed the part that was from the other guy's song. So, like, it's really fucked up. Like, that whole situation is fucked up. Like, nobody's... There's no good guys in that scenario. Except the guy who made the video. Like, he tried to defend them, and then they struck his video wrongfully for copyright on multiple accounts. Like, it's just insane. Like,
this conversation has reminded me to, not remind me, has made me, as there's all this conversation, I started looking up ridiculous lawsuit names, so I'm just going to be cutting into some of those every once in a while.
Oh my god. I'm now just reminded, Velma throwing books at enemies, just reminded me of, one of the final fight scenes in Die Another Day, where Halle Berry, is fighting, this, like, the female villain, I forget her name, but, she said, like, she has this, like, final line where it's like, read this bitch, and she stabs the girl through a Bible to kill her. I don't remember why she felt the need to stab her through a Bible, but instead of just, like, stabbing her like a normal person, but, you know, a normal person who stabs people.
Anyway,
but,
first of the ridiculous lawsuit names. United States versus 43 gallons of whiskey.
Excuse me? What?
Okay. Hold on, I'm looking more into that.
I'm just realized this conversation could easily transition back into you just looking up more ridiculous cases on Harvey Birdman, Attorney at Law.
This is kind of the sequel to that, I guess.
Yeah. Which...
Apparently the case involved a man trying to transport 43 gallons of whiskey across county lines to sell it to a tribal ship of white Indians. Not sure why the lawsuit specifically named the whiskey, but...
Yeah. Which now I really want to, find a cheap copy of Harvey Birdman, Attorney at Law for either Wii or PS2 and do an LP of it. Because there is a Harvey Birdman video game. But I've looked, and it's not super cheap. I mean, it's not, like, expensive, but it's, like, more than I'd probably be willing to spend on it just for the sake of an LP.
Huh?
But, oh.
Alright, we've also got South Dakota versus 15 impounded cats.
Oh boy.
Which was a case of a woman almost hit a cop car backing up because her cats were obstructing the window,
God.
and so they seized the cat.
Jesus Christ. And, of course, let's not forget the weirdest lawsuit of all. That time B sued humanity for stealing their money. And won. That
It's also the loss is also the case. Terrible v. Terrible.
God, B-movie's so fucking stupid.
Yeah. Terrible v. Terrible was just like a divorce thing where the last name of the person or the people was terrible.
Oh god. Oh, like the last name was actually terrible, or it was a terrible
last name was terrible.
Alright. Jesus.
Oh. Here's Easter Seal Society for Crippled Children versus Playboy Enterprises.
Excuse me? What the fuck happened there? The fuck?
Okay. Apparently, Playboy used some footage that Easter Seals was using, like made in an adult film, and Easter Seals was not happy about it.
Oh, okay.
I'm just imagining seals, but in like the
Now I'm just reminded of like going to my dad's apartment, and my dad couldn't afford like he just had basic cable, and so like I just remember like going to his apartment as a kid and looking for stuff to watch on TV, but like half the channels would be playing judge shows. Like Judge Judy, Judge Mathis. Like, why are there so many fucking courtroom shows?
So, random fun fact about like Judge Judy and a lot of those shows. Those court cases were actually decided like prior to the shooting, prior to the recording. They're just like basically just dramatizing shit for good television.
I'm not at all surprised by that, honestly.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty
Like, century, Judge Judy, not legally a judge.
Yeah, no, and I also know that like, in order to get on that show, you have to like sign a contract that you will not take your case to an actual legal court.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, I get, but that's fucking insane that people would do that just to be on TV.
Yeah.
Because, like, that doesn't solve anything. Because like, the courtroom's decision isn't actually legally binding. Like, that's...
Apparently, just like some of those are cases of it would never have made like that. A number of those, like I've heard, are cases of it would never have made it to court in the first place.
You know what? That's probably fair.
Like most cases, like get solved outside of course of like ills of some kind.
Yeah, that's fair. It's ridiculous. By the way, oh my god. So, Mary-Kate Olsen.
Huh?
This is a bit of a tangent, but it's somewhat related. Fucking... So, obviously, like, there's not, like, courtroom proceedings unless it's an emergency right now because of the Backstreet Boys reunion tour. And, like, apparently, like, Mary-Kate Olsen filed for, like, an emergency divorce for her husband and was denied courtroom proceeding for it. Which is, like, I have never heard the term emergency divorce, and that term scares me. Like, how bad does your marriage have to be for you to have to get an emergency divorce?
Look, this is not in the list that I'm currently looking at. But I did just remember the court case of. Hold on, I'm gonna look at the exact thing of it actually.
Oh god, weird top-down perspective. Oh god, this is... Yeah, okay. Ooh. This is really weird. Why is the game doing this? This is...
Here we go. United States the name of this case is United States ex-rel Gerald Mayo versus Satan and his staff. Basically, it was a court case where like a guy tried to sue Satan, for causing problems in his life.
Oh my god. Jeez.
And naturally, nothing came of it. The reason that nothing came of it, I find particularly funny. it was they couldn't figure out an address with which to serve Satanist papers.
I mean, there's gotta be like a 666 Hell Street somewhere.
I mean, not an official one, apparently, as far as the United States is concerned.
Yeah, well. Like, isn't there a town in some state that's actually just straight up called Hell?
Yeah. So, like, there's hells in a lot of places. Like, I've been to Hell in the Cayman Islands. There's the famous Hell, Michigan, which got briefly renamed to Gay Hell, Michigan.
Okay.
Because they elected a meme lord to mayor. Like, also a thing in the case was the questioning of whether or not Satan, because Satan was technically a foreign prince, Hell not being a part of the United States, could he thus claim sovereign immunity?
Jesus Christ. Oh man. There's some really dumb sovereign immunity stuff in the second Ace Attorney Investigations game, as I've learned from Joe Apocalypse's playthrough. I need to get back and catch up on that, because I think they're like almost done with the game, if not done.
There's also United States, the 40 barrels and 20 kegs of Coca-Cola.
Jeez.
The United States tried to sue Coca-Cola to get them to remove caffeine from their soft drinks. It did not go well.
Oh, a side note off of that, I tried Mexican Coke today. So good. Because my mom because we got Chipotle for dinner, and my mom got me a Mexican Coke, which they have there. Because the difference is, in Mexico, they use real cane sugar. It's not, like, processed. It's, like, real cane sugar. And so it's so much sweeter than regular Coke.
I've tried that before, and that allowed me to determine that I'm just not a fan of colas in general.
Yeah, fair enough.
Like, it's just not my type of soda, apparently.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right. You're more of a root beer guy.
Root beer and the occasional orange/grape soda.
Ah, yes. Grape soda is the shit. I love grape soda.
Also, Sierra, Ice and Sierra Mist under certain situations that I can never specifically remember. Because,
for me, I always, like, specifically when I'm sick, my mom will get me cranberry Sprite. Or cranberry 7-Up. Like, specifically for when I'm sick.
For me, it's a weird thing where Sprite tastes fantastic out of a certain type of container, and I can never remember which.
Huh. Right.
Also, Sprite is a soda that I've determined from personal experimentation of a very limited number of sodas. It's the worst when watered down.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I can
God,
imagine.
it's disgusting when watered down, which is weird. It's just diluting the flavor, not adding flavor to it.
Yeah. Also, completely off topic, but fuck LaCroix. God, that I don't understand. Like, my sister loves LaCroix, and I don't get it. I don't understand why so many people love LaCroix. Because I remember I saw a thing I saw, like, a meme where someone was saying, LaCroix tastes like if you were drinking bad water and someone shouted the name of a fruit at you.
Oh yeah, I've heard a bunch. I remember hearing a bunch of those.
Which is accurate. It's
Remember
just,
one that I heard was LaCroix tastes like they were packaging all the containers like a bunch of containers of carbonated water, and then someone ran into the room and shouted "strawberry."
yeah. Or like that episode of SpongeBob where Mr. Krabs puts Squidward in charge of planning Pearl's birthday. And they drink the punch and they spit it out, and Pearl's like, "This tastes like dishwater," and Squidward says, "It is dishwater." Like that thing.
Well, and there's another one. LaCroix tastes like it was stored in the same fridge that bananas once used to be stored in.
Oh, well, I accidentally clicked boss. We're
It's
at
the boss, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, we're at an hour, but, like, I mean, we might as well finish it in this episode.
In that case, I will continue with the weird court case names. There's Robin Hood versus the United States.
Jesus Christ.
Robin Hood was a pseudonym. There isn't actually some random guy named Robin Hood, as far as I know.
Well, I just imagine it's a court case of Robin Hood suing, like, the film industry for all the terrible movies they've made about him. Because there really are just so many bad Robin Hood movies from what I hear. Like, I'm pretty sure the general consensus is that the Disney one is the only good one. Which is weird, because Robin Hood was, like, the dark ages of Disney.
Yeah.
Or back in the Xerox era. When they didn't have a lot of money, so they reused animation in all their movies to save money. Yeah, Robin Hood, I believe, has, like, the most reused animation of any Disney movie.
I wouldn't be entirely surprised.
I believe that is the case. I seem to remember that being the case.
Also,
Oh, good,
more
it
weird
does
court
work to
case
shoot
names.
it at an angle.
California
what Josh
Coalition
Jepsen
of
made.
Undressed Performers versus Spearmint Rhino.
I'm sorry, what was that one?
The California Coalition of Undressed Performers versus Spearmint Rhino.
Alright.
Spearmint Rhino is a strip club chain, by the way, and not, as I first thought, a mascot for spearmint that I just never heard of.
I will say, this boss fight, so far, is a lot easier than the last one. A lot easier. It helps that Shaggy has a gun right now. Because we are Hunter Shaggy.
And then there's, of course, Batman versus Commissioner.
Are you fucking kidding me? Batman versus Commissioner?
Yeah. Farmers named Ray and Edith Batman were suing a local commissioner.
Wait, farmers with the last name Batman?
Yep.
Oh, that's so funny. Like, of all the professions to have Batman be your last name, farmers, like, some of the poorest of the poor. Well, maybe not necessarily. Well, depending on the time period and the location, I guess.
And there's Nebraska versus, on 1972, George Sedan Rambler.
Oh my god, they sued a car? Not the
Sued a
person
sedan.
driving, the car itself?
It had marijuana in it.
Okay, I'm starting to... His laser is really hard to dodge. Oh god, okay. Yeah.
So I guess to clarify some of these things, I remember these court titles case titles come from essentially someone related to the case, essentially countersuing a seizure of some kind.
Okay, what the fuck is the time?
Which is how you get...
Respawn! Sorry. Continue.
Which is how you get case names like United States versus article consisting of 50,000 cardboard boxes, more or less, each containing one pair of clacker balls.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, having a bad time with the boss because he didn't even react to that nonsense of the name.
I take it back. This is just as annoying as the original. See, here's the thing. He's easier to hit when I can get a hit in because, like, the laser will, like, shoot me up to where I can't get to him in time. Damn it. God damn it. That, yeah, no, that,
Well, yeah, that last one received an episode of Last Week Tonight. I forgot about that. For this nonsense of a name.
You know, I'm of course, like, keeping up with, Last Week Tonight. That episode's on sports, though, is, like, that was, like, the first episode where, like, purely based on the topic of discussion, I was, like, multiple times throughout the episode considering just not watching it. Because, like, it really aggravates me how, like, this country has such a double standard between sports and theater.
Yeah.
Like, such a fucking double standard. It's really infuriating sometimes. And so, like, I get it. Like, people love their sports and, like, it's a big part of a lot of people's lives, but, like, it just, like, when with, like, school budget cuts, whenever, like, a school is going through budget cuts, it's never the sports that are the first thing to go. It's always the performing arts. Always. So it's fucking... I remember... Oh, wait, there was actually, like, a lie, like, there was actually, like, an ad, like, when Liam and I went to see Rise of Skywalker in theaters, about, like, it was, I don't remember, it was, like, oh, like, sports are, like, sports are in danger of being cut from schools, and I was like, tell that to all the cut performing arts programs.
Yeah.
Because, like, I won't go into specific details, but, like, Liam more so than me has experience with that. And I won't go into specific details because he doesn't, like, talking about his college on the internet, so I won't get into it, but, yeah.
Anyways, we got a doozy of a course case name.
Oh boy.
Okay, I like to preface this with everything that I'm about to read here is actually in the full title of this court case name. I'm the Beast 666 of the Lord of Hosts and Edmund Frank Mick Gilvray. Now I am the Beast of the Lord Host. I can't read that. That's just gibberish.
Oh my
I'm the
God,
Beast 666 of the Lord of Hosts. I'm the Beast 666 of the Lord of Hosts. And more gibberish.
I'm okay.
Gibberish. I am the Beast 666 Lord. This is Michigan State Police.
Okay. I'm sure
of that
whatever
was the
you
guy-
just said was hilarious, but A, you cut out a little bit, and B, I have to really focus on this boss. Because it is
But basically, the summary of the title was "I am the Beast 666" plus a fuck ton of gibberish
Fuck.
repeated many times
What the?
versus Michigan State Police.
Jesus Christ. Okay. Gosh, this... Okay. Yeah, no, this is really annoying. Oh.
That court case apparently went to court.
Are you kidding me? Okay. These boxes are really annoying to navigate. Oh, but is that it? Possibly? That might be it. Looks like it's a... I don't know why destroying those furnaces had any effect on the guy, but... Yeah, it's Willie. It's Willie.
Then there's Graves versus.
And... Oh! There were actually two. Wait, did they just skip the explanation? Oh, never mind. We're getting it now. All right. There we go. Yeah, that is... I like how they're calling that a monster mask. It's a fucking claw. It's not really a mask.
On that note, I have one more ridiculous court case name for you guys before we end the episode.
All right.
Schmuck versus.
And of course you cut out. I got Schmuck versus
the United.
Schmuck versus the United States. Is that it?
Let's go.
Wow, you're really cutting out bad now.
Oh, it's a good thing we're ending the episode.
Yeah. Yeah. Well. And look. The next episode will start the final episode of this game. Actually, I assume. Which it looks like they're actually gonna get to go to that food festival. And we're probably gonna be fighting a knight. So see you guys then. I'm Noah.
Jack.
Peace.
Adios.